people bought the collection just for this unique flower. So you listened and did, you know what, let's just do all three in that gorgeous flower. It's about $8.33 each, because since you are getting the 3 pieces on sale, shipped to you for free, an $8.33 charge on a credit card. They are on their way to you, and 132761 is your item number. This is another thing I like to do in terms of gardening and getting the kids involved, is butterfly bushes that attract the butterflies, because they're so fun to look at.
This is, and there are other pollinator plants out there, but this is the best pollinator plant for butterflies. They will be covering your plant.
Why?
It's like candy. The nectar is so sweet for them that it's one of the ones that they love the most. So I have butterfly bushes all over my yard, and you know, like Terry said, the honeycomb is so unusual. First of all, the color. Yellow, butterfly bush. I love yellow in the garden. It is such a happy color.
It is.
You know, it is,
and it's a highlighter color to other pieces.
Highlighter color. It works with so many other colors, the pinks, the oranges, but then the blues and the purples.
Yeah.
So it really is that complementary color that can work with all the other plants in your garden. So this is also such an unusual shape. The images showed it best. This is a representation of the actual shrub, but they grow like honeycomb. And the only thing I can think of is the cereal. It's like, you know, that honeycomb cereal that we used to eat when we were kids. Now I've tasted it and it just tastes like cardboard.
Yeah,
Why do we like that?
I don't know.
But it's these long,
so sugary,
6-inch wands.
Wow.
Huge flower wands that have these clusters of bright yellow flowers on them. It is unlike any other shape of flower I have seen in the garden. You can see it there perfectly. They're like these little mini Barbie bouquets. They're so much fun. And I bet you, even if you have friends who are avid gardeners, they will come to your house and say, wait, what is this? This is a butterfly bush? So it's just a really unique plant. But Terry, I know gardening, you're working towards being a more avid gardener.
Yes.
So we don't bring plants here to QVC to you that are not easy to grow. So the butterfly bush is the one that I recommend to all of my friends. They all, you know, everyone's always asking me for gardening advice.
Yes.
And I start, especially my friends with young kids, because the butterfly bush is perfect for beginners.
Yeah.
It's one of those plants that you plant it, so you're getting 3 here. Knowing where to plant it is important, full sun. And of course, it's mature size. It will get to be about 3 feet tall by 5 feet, or 3 to 5 feet tall and wide. So it's a decent sized plant.
That is big.
But after the first year, there's not much that you need to do to get it coming back, blooming, and bringing the butterflies to your garden.
And you're getting 3 of them. They're already actively growing. This is the thing that I love that Cottage Farms does for us. They're ready to go. They're ready to plant as soon as you, and has everybody gotten their plants now, or is it still?
You know, I don't know if every zone is open, but I know a lot of zones are open. People are writing me on Facebook almost every day. I received my fill in the blank and, you know, give me some tips on planting.
All the way up here, we got the strawberries already. Just
so we're zone
about a week ago.
7-ish, so there's still a couple zones colder. So I think a lot of the zones are open, which means great for Mother's Day.
Yes.
You know, whatever you're buying today, which we have some great plants. If maybe you think, I don't need 3, give one to your daughter-in-law, give one to a sister. You can gift these things to people, because these grow, besides full sun, they grow in lots of different parts of the country. They can grow in containers. So if there's somebody who maybe has to sit inside. You know, it doesn't get to be outside anymore, who was an avid gardener and wants to see the beauty, this bright yellow, which is impossible to miss from the window.
And then the butterflies that it attracts.
The butterflies.
That's such a great idea, right outside the window of somebody who can't maybe go outside as much anymore. You are getting 3 of them, so you've got, and they grow pretty big, so you can do, I don't know, you could kind of like line a garden bed with them if you wanted to.
That would be beautiful.
Well, they get higher, so you would put them further back, right?
Yes, I would put these, if you are doing them in the ground, this would be something, if you have that kind of one-dimensional, you see it from the front garden, put them towards the back of the border or along a fence. I have a secret garden, a secret fire pit, so around the fire pit, I have butterfly bushes and hibiscus, because I want it to be blocked. So I have them like kind of in the middle of my yard, but I also have them in my pollinator garden. There's so many versatile uses for these, because they're bright and bold, because they are so easy to care for, and because they're fragrant too. They have a honey-like aroma that brings in the butterflies, but also is really, really nice for you. If it's subtle, but if you do happen to cut a few of these big, long flower wands and bring them in to put in arrangement,
you'll
it's a nice,
smell
subtle,
it. Or as you walk by, maybe like going along a walkway or something like that. And you had mentioned that we had something similar last year, and this was one of the 3 that you got. And people were buying multiples of that 3-piece collection because they wanted this unique yellow flower and the ability to attract the pollinators. And so this year, we just did all 3 pieces that you get. They're all the same color. They're all exactly the same. It works out to about $8.33 each. We ship them to you for free. And it's an $8.33 Easy Pay because we're allowing you to pay that off over the next 3 months. Now, Easy Pay comes in great when you want to buy a top and a pants together and you can't do both at the same time. It really comes in handy when you're planning a garden.
Yeah.
And we're still in the planning stages, and you're like, okay, I want these in the back, and then something, maybe the sun patients that we have coming up in a little bit that are an annual and that big pop of color in the front. And I want to get multiples and just really do it up and make it look like, you know, I had some landscape artist come in. Easy Pay really helps with that as well because you get to pay it off over time. And then like anything in the line, we have a guarantee on these as well too. So if you are new to gardening and you're like, okay, Katie said these are pretty easy for the newbies, let me try it. We set you up.
We do. And I'm always available on Facebook, Katie Garden Girl. You can find me there and ask me any questions that you want. I know a lot of people are getting their plants. People even shared the honeycombs from last year. They also grow pretty fast. I love gardening with my kids because it teaches patience. And it's also helpful for me too. Most things you plant, you know, maybe that season they're looking good, but it's a couple years. These are really fast growers. So almost that immediate gratification too.
All right. Did you say, Chunky, you had a, okay. 3 pieces, the honeycomb butterfly bush, M132761 is your item number.